Welcome back, KBUZZPOP family. Today's story is one that has completely taken over the headlines and left fans across the globe in shock. Imagine this, the most glamorous wedding of the year, two beloved stars finally tying the knot in a fairy tale ceremony. And then, just hours later, they're spotted rushing into a hospital in the dead of night. What could have possibly happened? Well, today we're diving deep into the surprising turn of events surrounding Dara and Jung. And trust me, no one saw this coming. So grab your tea, settle in, and let's unravel this together. The city of Seoul woke up to whispers that felt like the opening lines of a drama nobody knew was being filmed in real life. It was supposed to be the happiest day of their lives, the day Dara, beloved by millions for her timeless beauty and charm, and Jung, the suave actor with a kind of smile that could melt glaciers, tied the knot in what fans were already calling the wedding of the decade. But just hours later, an unexpected turn had everyone gasping. The newlyweds were spotted at a hospital in the middle of the night. And the question hung heavy in the air: what happened? It all started with that dazzling ceremony. If you were one of the lucky fans refreshing your feed that morning, you probably saw the stream of images. Dara stepping out in her ethereal gown, looking like she'd been pulled straight out of a romance novel, and Jung, sharp in a perfectly tailored white tux, his eyes locked on her as if nothing else in the world existed. Every smile, every touch, every whispered word between them was captured by flashing cameras and screaming fans, cementing the day in history. But behind those perfect pictures, there were signs, tiny, almost invisible, that something wasn't entirely right. Did you notice how Dara kept holding her stomach during the photos? One netizen commented in an online forum, hours after the news broke. At first, I thought it was just nerves, but now I'm not so sure. Others had noticed Jung-Woo's unusual tension too. He laughed, but it was the kind of laughter that didn't quite reach his eyes. Was it just wedding day stress, or something else? The reception was a dream. The hall was filled with white roses, crystal chandeliers, and the hum of soft jazz, with family, friends, and fellow celebrities mingling like characters from a high-budget K-drama crossover episode. There were speeches that brought tears, a first dance that felt like a scene from The Beauty Inside, and even a surprise duet from Dara and Il that had everyone on their feet. But when the final toast was raised and the cameras began to pack away, the couple vanished quietly. Here's where it gets strange. According to multiple eyewitnesses, around 1:15 a.m., a sleek black car pulled into the emergency entrance of Seoul National University Hospital. Inside, Dara, still in part of her wedding gown, the skirt was gone, replaced by a comfortable cardigan, and Jung looking pale and serious, holding her hand tightly. The hospital staff immediately ushered them inside, bypassing the usual paperwork. The scene was so quick and discreet that if it weren't for one persistent paparazzo lingering nearby, the public might never have known. Now, as fans, this is where our minds start spinning, right? Was it an accident? A sudden illness? A family emergency? Or, and this is the theory that caught fire online, was Dara already pregnant, and had she suffered a complication? One particularly viral thread claimed that a nurse overheard the word obstetrics during their arrival. Another claimed to have seen an ultrasound machine being wheeled past their room. Of course, in the internet age, truth and rumor mix like sugar and tea, impossible to separate. But let's rewind a little. Just a week before the wedding, Dara had made a cryptic post on her social media. A simple photo of her and Il holding hands at a quiet cafe, with the caption, "Some journeys begin earlier than expected." At the time, fans thought she was talking about starting married life sooner than planned. But now, many are rereading it in a whole new light. Could it have been a hint at something much more personal? Back in the hospital, the couple stayed for nearly 4 hours. Sources claim they were visited by a middle-aged woman, believed to be Il mother, who was seen carrying a small bag and wiping away tears as she left. By 5 a.m., Dara and Il emerged again, this time through a back exit, both wearing surgical masks and baseball caps. They didn't speak to the few reporters who had gathered, but Dara did something that sent chills down fans' spines. She turned, gave a small bow, and mouthed, "I'm okay." That's all it took. Within minutes, Dara and Jung was trending #1 in South Korea, with hashtags like #HospitalAfterWedding and #PleaseBeOK flooding timelines. Fans from around the world sent messages of support, while gossip blogs churned out speculation at lightning speed. Here's the interactive part. Imagine you were there, sitting in that dim hospital corridor. You can hear the low murmur of doctors behind closed doors, the echo of hurried footsteps, the faint beep of machines from other rooms. Would you approach them? Would you ask if they're all right? Or would you just sit quietly, pretending to scroll through your phone, your heart pounding because you know you're witnessing something you're not supposed to see. What makes this even more intense is the fact that neither Dara nor Jung Il-woo have issued an official statement. Their agencies have remained silent, with one spokesperson simply saying, "Please respect their privacy at this time." And we all know, in celebrity world, privacy often means there's something big under wraps. Some fans have tried to take comfort in the possibility that it was nothing serious, perhaps a minor allergic reaction to food at the reception or stress-induced exhaustion. Others can't shake the idea that this could be the start of a much bigger story. Could Dara's sudden hospital visit mean a baby is on the way? Could it be related to an old health issue? Or was there an incident at the wedding we don't yet know about? As the day went on, fan theories got wilder. One claimed they'd been filming a surprise reality series and that the hospital visit was staged, a plot twist for the finale. Another insisted that Dara had fainted after receiving shocking news from a guest. And then there were those who thought it was all part of a deliberate PR move to shift attention from another celebrity scandal brewing in the background. But here's the thing about Dara and Jung Il-woo, they're not the type to pull stunts. Both have built careers on authenticity, with Dara famously refusing to date publicly for years to protect her private life, and Il-woo known for his down-to-earth demeanor despite his heartthrob status. This makes the mystery even harder to digest, because it's so unlike them to find themselves at the center of a whirlwind like this. By late afternoon, fans gathered outside the couple's apartment complex, leaving flowers, letters, and even handmade banners reading, "Get well soon, Dara," and "We love you both." The air was thick with worry, but also solidarity, a reminder that in the K-entertainment world, fans aren't just spectators, they're part of the emotional fabric of a celebrity's life. And then, the first glimmer of clarity. At exactly 7:42 p.m., Dara posted a short Instagram story, a photo of her hand intertwined with Il-woo's, resting on a hospital blanket with a tiny heart emoji. No words, no explanation, just that image. Within seconds, fans flooded the comments with relief, love, and yes, even more questions. If you're following along, you can probably feel it too, that strange mix of comfort and suspense. We know she's alive, we know Il-woo's by her side, but the full picture is still hidden behind closed doors. And in a way, isn't that exactly what keeps us glued to stories like this? That need to know, to connect, to fill in the blanks with our own theories and emotions. Right now, as I'm telling you this, you can almost imagine Dara lying in that hospital bed, scrolling through her phone, seeing the tidal wave of messages from fans across the globe. You can picture Il-woo sitting beside her, his arm around her shoulders, maybe smiling faintly as he realizes how deeply they're loved. And somewhere in that moment, they might even be laughing softly to themselves, thinking, "We never imagined our wedding night would end here." But life, as we know, doesn't follow scripts, not even for celebrities. And maybe that's what makes this story so compelling. It's raw, it's unexpected, and it reminds us that behind the perfect Instagram feeds and flawless red carpet photos, our favorite stars are human too. They get tired, they worry, they have moments that don't go as planned. As for what really happened that night, maybe we'll get the full truth in a few days, maybe never. Until then, the image of Dara and Jung Il-woo walking hand in hand into that hospital will stay etched in our minds. A reminder that love isn't just about the picture-perfect moments, but about being there for each other when no one expects it. So, what do you think, KBUZZPOP family? Was it a medical scare? A happy surprise? Or something entirely different? Drop your theories, your well wishes, and your wildest guesses in the comments below. Because if there's one thing we know for sure, this is one wedding night the world will never forget.